What's up, guys? This is Mr. Johnson coming to you guys with another video from Chapter 1, We the People. Section 2 is what we're going to discuss today. Who are American citizens? Some of the key terms you're going to want to write down and remember throughout the lesson is immigrants, quotas, aliens, native born, nationalization, and refugees. Americans are from everywhere. Okay. If you travel around our country, you go to different cities and different states, you will realize that there are different types of Americans. Some are young, they're old, they speak a lot of different languages, and they're from a lot of different countries. So the American heritage of freedom and equality in what is now the United States has formed bit by bit. Okay. Different centuries, different decades, different years, different groups of people have traveled from various parts of the world to settle in the United States. Now, when they come to the United States, they do bring over their culture and their customs as well as their beliefs. So people who come to the United States from other countries are called immigrants. So the image you see right here is the United States population broken down by male and female, as well as broken down by different age groups. This image right here shows United States population broken down by generation. Currently, right now, we have 6 different generations that most Americans fall under. There's Generation Z, who are people born between 1998 and 2015. Millennials, 1981, 1997. Generation X, 1965 to 1980. Baby Boomers, 1946 to 1964. The Silent Generation, 1925 to 1945. And then the greatest generation, 1924 to earlier. And earlier probably goes around to 1900. Okay. Early Americans. It is believed that the first people to settle in present day America came to Asia between 40,000 and 12,000 years ago. These early groups were ancestors of old modern day American Indians and were the first Americans. So this image right here shows how did the early humans travel across the world. Okay, so it is believed that early humans originated from Africa. Eventually, they crossed over between Egypt and the Arabian Peninsula and went into Europe as well as the Middle East and the rest of Asia. Over thousands of years, they will later come into Australia as well as cross over the land bridge between Russia and Alaska into the present day North America and eventually South America. So this picture right here shows the Russia and Alaska land bridge that was there thousands of years ago. Basically, the land bridge was ice that had frozen up between the two continents and parts of the United States and Russia. When this was frozen, it was able to walk across Russia all the way over to Alaska. Okay. Immigration policy. So after the American Revolution, many Europeans wanted to move to the United States to find a better life. Over the next 200 plus years, waves of immigrants will enter the United States and will help create the melting pot that we have today. By 1920, the United States Congress had passed multiple immigration laws to limit immigration to make it more difficult to become an American citizen. Not because they didn't want more American citizens, but because they wanted to regulate how many people were coming into the country so that they can make it safer. The laws establish a quota for the amount of accepted immigrants per year. A quota is to limit the amount of immigrants allowed per year. Aliens are permanent residents of the United States who are still citizens of another country. Refugees are people who are trying to escape danger from their home country. And refugees are very common whenever there is a civil war or some type of war. A lot of citizens from that country will try to migrate to different parts of the world. And the United States is one of those countries where a lot of people will migrate to. Becoming an American citizen. If you were born in any United States, any of the United States or the territories, you are an American citizen. If one or both of your parents was a U.S. citizen, then you are an American citizen. So the question is, what if you were born here, but neither of your parents were citizens? Well, in that case, you are an American citizen. Native born citizen. Native born citizen is a person who has citizenship based off their birth in the United States or its territories. If you're not a citizen by birth, it is still possible to gain American citizenship by nationalization. Nationalization is a legal process that you will go through to become an American citizen.